Hello. My hair is currently up in a claw clip that I stole from my child because she got one for Christmas and I wanted it today. So that's what's going on here. I feel like there's no better time to film than 9:51 on a Saturday evening. And that's what I'm doing. Hello. I didn't get a chance to film this week. So it's now 9:51 on a Saturday, and I thought, what would I rather do than film a YouTube video? Because I have a very exciting social life, and I obviously just denied so many plans to be here. Just kidding, my friend was supposed to come over, but she had to work and whatever. My face looks flawless right now, and I want to tell you why. And it's because of a TikTok hack. And now I'm probably gonna do this every time I do a full face of makeup because it makes me look absolutely like in the viewfinder. I'm sorry. Who's that goddess of a human? It's fucking me. Okay, maybe I'll do a TikTok of it. I also finally placed my order today for my popsicle sticks so I can do the challenge of the eyeshadows that you randomly pick of the palettes and then you have to use it, you know? Anyways, hi. What am I doing here? I decided this beautiful big Smoke and Roses Colourpop eyeshadow palette needs to be a 2 looks 1 palette. I just decided that like right now. So that's what I'm doing. I already used this once on my Instagram for a Makeup Monday. So if you want to see it look with it, you can also go over there and watch that. What I would like to ask of you is to subscribe. If you're here and you're watching this and you haven't subscribed, which I'm not gonna lie to you, most of the people watching my videos haven't subscribed. I would just like to ask why. And I would also like to beg and plead that you just decide to subscribe because I've been stuck at this like 133 to 135, like wavering back and forth number for a while, and I'm sick of it. So hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the like button if you think that I'm moderately entertaining or you don't like me. Both. Might as well just like it, right? The math just makes it add up, right? So there should be like a ton of likes on here because that kind of covers all my bases. And then also leave a comment down below if you think that cookies are the best dessert to create in your home. I don't know, I just made cookies. I'm trying to come up with some good reason why I should comment. I don't know. No one's sure. Let me know how you liked Books and Beauty last week. Also, I was supposed to film the 1930s makeup evolution this week and I didn't do the research, so we're doing this. Without further ado, I should let you all just go and I'll just... Well, hello. I'm gonna prime my eyes. I don't know what I'm doing or why I'm here, but we're gonna prime. Because I feel like that's only fitting to do right now. What am I doing? No one's sure. No one is sure. Pew, 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 pew. Okay, we're primed. I'm not gonna set it. I'm gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna find a big fluffy brush. And we are going to dip into what? What are we gonna start with today? I think I'm gonna try to do like a cool toned everyday look maybe. So I'm gonna start with Best Shot, which is this shade right here. I would like to point out that I use nothing with glitter. So why do I have glitter on my face? I don't know. Anyways, this color is going into crease. So I know I've described this before. So my crease shade, I start where I want the most pigment, which is right here. And then I start blending around in the crease. And then when I do a crease shade, I don't go down, I go out. So I try to connect my crease shade to the bridge of my nose because it just makes my eye a little bit more open. I do kind of blend into my eyebrow, just a hair. And yeah, so that's what we're doing. The shade is a little deeper than I typically go for transitions. I could have gone like one shade lighter, but here we are with glitter all over my face. Okay, I'm gonna dip into Like Heaven. It is one of the lightest shades at the top row of the palette, and I'm gonna try to have that help me blend these edges a little bit. I'm not super excited with how that went. I haven't washed my brushes again in like a hot second, so it's fine. I'm going to now dip into Look at Me. It is this shade right here. It is the next deepest cool toned option, which is why I'm trying it. I hope it doesn't pull super pink, because that's not my intention. If it does, I will come up with a solution, but for now, that's what we're doing. All right, I'm just gonna place that gently on the outer corner. And once I have most of the product off, I'm going to start blending it into my crease slightly. Back into Best Shot, and I'm going to try and kind of desaturate that pink a little bit, tone it down by muting it. I'm getting like a lavender tone by mixing the two, which I don't hate. Definitely wasn't what I anticipated, but here we are. Lavender and all. Then I'm going to take Whisper, which is the gray at the very bottom of the palette, on an angled brush, and I'm going to create a wing using that. Okay, so now we have our wing. I'm just going to very quickly take Best Shot on my fluffy brush, go under the lash line, back into Look at Me on the same brush. I'm just going in on the outer, I want to say half, more than just like a third. It's definitely more like a half. And then back in with Best Shot. And then the only other thing I want to do is add a bit of a shimmer to the lid. All right, I'm going to take Foolin' in this palette. It's like a pretty bright taupe. And I'm just gonna kind of place that all over my lid space. Trying not to get it on the wing, but if I do, who cares, you know? I think it's kind of what I decided. Whoops, got some on the lower lash a little bit. I'm gonna blend over that. And then inner corner, I'm gonna take Every Rose, which is a color I almost put on my lid, but I'll stick it in the inner corner just so we get to use it. Woo, she's bright. Okay, I'm gonna do my mascara super quick on this eye, and then we will jump into the next one. Okay, I have the one eye done. Now let's do this eye. I wanna do something a little different than I'm used to. And I keep seeing people do the technique where they put on the dark shade and then they blend it out with the transition after. And I've never done that before. I've always gone lightest to darkest and like an ombre, and I just want to see what happens. If it turns out awful, it's fine. I also want to do something deep. So I want to try that. I want to try depositing this like blue color out, this smoked out shade that's like mainly black, but like kind of blue. And I want to put on the outer and the inner. I want to do like a halo look, and then I want to try and blend it after. So I'm taking Smoked Out on a small pencil brush, and I'm going to deposit the color, very pigmented, not blended at all, onto my lid. Like I said, I've never done this technique, so like if it looks bad, don't be upset. Then I'm going to put some on the inner corner. So now I'm gonna take a clean, super pointed blending brush and try and like start the blend ever so slightly. I want to understand why people always do this. Like so many, like Michaela or Nikki Tutorials, or the girl that I have the inspiration to do the eyeshadow palette challenge. Like they never start with the transition shade. They always start with the deepest shade. And I don't understand. So here I am trying it. Okay, I can see the vision, okay? So I'm gonna take a slightly more defined brush. To add some pink, I'm gonna use part-time on a more detailed blender, and I'm going to try and now blend this. All right, now I'm gonna take this super big fluffy brush and go into Alone, which is like this light, bright pink. And we're gonna go on the edges, just the edges, to make it look like we did this from the start. I don't know, this feels very backwards to me. I'm not sure how I feel about the technique. I feel like my blending isn't great. Obviously because of the technique, because I can blend shadows with experience here. Also, I'm getting another purpley shade again all of a sudden that I didn't expect. Okay, I'm gonna build a little bit more of it back up because I feel like I blended out most of that smoked out shade. Okay, so I feel like I got that blended enough to be satisfied. I did have some fallout, which is to kind of be expected with like a deeper shade like that. Okay, I want to take two shades. I'm going to take, still haven't actually decided. I'm going to take Is This Love? Feels delightful, okay? On my finger, you can see it, and we're just gonna go right in the center. Oh, there's a lot of fallout with this one. All right, I got that off, but that was a fuck ton of fallout. All right, I'm just taking a clean finger and I'm tapping over the edges to blend it into the sides a hair more. Just to help it kind of mesh with that like darker blue gray that we have going on. Make it look blended. And then just taking the brush that I used with Part-Time. Just going in with another layer of Is This Love? Oh, is it love? Isn't that a song? And then I'm gonna top it with I Love. So I'm gonna take I Love, it's super bright, and I'm gonna put it right in the center to create that extra spotlighty, highlighty moment. And then clean finger and just tapping all over all of it to hopefully blend it in a hair. Taking a hair of Part-Time and I'm just helping it blend on the sides here. Just kind of mesh it all together. Great, now I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom. I'm going to take, with a flat shader brush, I'm gonna take Smoked Out, then Part-Time on this brush, but I'm going to pinch it and blend it out that way. I'm actually gonna take this brush that I had used on the upper to blend out Smoked Out as well. And then my fluffy brush with Alone and giving that extra little bit of blend on just the very edges. Then I'm gonna take Is This Love on my ring finger and push it up as close to my lash line as possible here. And on my ring finger, I Love, just right in the middle. Okay, so now I'm going to do mascara, my eyebrows, and I'll come back with my lips on and we will discuss what we think of the two looks that we created. Okay? BRB. Okay, we have a face on. It is now 10:43 and I am just now finishing up what we've got going on. Do we like this? Do we like my hair in a cloud? I mean, like, this is like chaotic. And I'm just like kind of pushing it over here and pretending like it's not there. Like, we're just pretending like this side like isn't happening, right? And then if I just like turn this way, I look like chic, right? But then like you can't see it on this side, so I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying my best and it's not that great. Here are my two eye looks. We have like a more everyday one with a bit of a shadow wing, which actually was super easy and is super cute because it's like gray, so it's not as like harsh or aggressive as a black. And then on this side, we obviously have our crazy fun, dark, deep halo eye. I probably could have gone with like a deep color in my waterline, but I didn't pull anything out of my drawers and I didn't feel like going back and getting it, like getting up and walking the 5 feet to it. So we didn't, but these are my looks. So one thing that I find interesting about this palette is when you look at it, it's called Smoke and Roses, and it looks super pink and rosy, which is what you would expect from a rose palette. So those shimmers look so cool, or the metallics when you do this. Anyways, but when I wear a lot of them pull purple. And it's really surprising, like both eyes have like a lavender vibe. So like Best Shot right here pulled purple when mixed with a bit of the pinks. This Alone shade, it's definitely baby pink and it pulled purple. This shade, this guy, it doesn't look as purpley in the pan, but when you use it, it is purple. Yeah, even there, I just tried to like put it on and blend it out so you could see like the purple hint, but it was like bright purple. And I used that on my Makeup Monday. That is this guy shade right here. And so I find it surprising how many of these colors pull so purpley. You do also have this legitimate deep dark plum, which is really nice. And it's definitely different. I like the inclusion of these 3 shades right here because you have your like deep navy gray, you have your deep plum, and then you have your light gray. And I feel like these are unexpected. Like if you took these 3 out, this is what you would expect a rose palette to look like, you know? And then you add those 3 back in and it's like, oh, those are different, those are exciting. So despite being someone who doesn't dip into deep shades like this as much, these are the 3 that are kind of exciting me the most when I open the palette, just because they're just so different. Like you look at the palette as a whole and they stand out, at least in my opinion, and I do love it. I know in my Makeup Monday, I discussed if you're looking at a big palette like this, how to split it into quads so you are able to come up with looks easier, which I didn't do any of that on my face today, but if you got a palette like this and you wanted to come up with some sort of looks to do and you couldn't really decide because there's just too many colors, you can split everything into quads. So like these 4 shades right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a quad. You can make an eye look. Go down 1, you also now have these 4 shades, you can make an eye look. Move over 1, these 4 shades can make a look. These 4 shades, these 4 shades, these, you see what I'm doing? So all of these quads are how you can make an eyeshadow look. Even like this one would be gorgeous right here. So it's just, if you're able to break your palette down into much smaller areas like that, it's much easier to feel confident in what you're creating. You can also look at it as different 9-pan palettes. So you have a 9-pan here, you have a 9-pan right there, you have a 9-pan right here, and then a 9-pan right here. This 9-pan, if you were to just have these 9 shades, that's a perfect 9-pan palette. Colourpop should really look into it, you're welcome, because that's a beautiful palette. They probably have 1,000,001 that look like that already, but that's not the point. But yeah, so there are many ways to use big palettes like this. I am kind of excited about it. I think it's super cute. I like the cool tones that we've got going on. I like the difference in all of the shades. I feel like even all the metallics are super different, which for Colourpop isn't always the case, or even for any palettes that have large quantities of shadows like this. I believe this is what, a 30-pan? Yeah, 30-pan palette. And to have every metallic feel different is hard. Because a lot of the times you get palettes, especially in a rose palette, you could look at all the metallics and be like, you have 3 rosy pink metallics, or you have 3 bright shimmery rose golds, or you have, you know, all these options. I feel like there's a lot of variation. I also feel like the duochromes in here are interesting. You have Heartbreaker, and then you have Faithfully, and those are your main duochromes in the palette. And I do think that they provide some sort of intrigue, some sort of difference. Duochromes are just super interesting to add into an eye look to create something that is unexpected or can be unexpected. And I do like that a lot. I like the inclusion of some warm tones, some cool tones, and all around I just find it to be a super interesting, beautiful palette. So I hope you enjoyed my 2 looks using the Colourpop Smoke and Roses. I hope you enjoyed my Makeup Monday that I used this in, and if you have not seen that, I would highly recommend going and watching that because I thought it was super cute. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I feel like I'm kind of fun. Let me know how you feel about this claw clip in the comments, if you think it's cute, if I should buy my own and not steal my 5-year-olds all the time. I would be open to that. Also, if you could like this video, that'd be great. I have a podcast with my best friend called Singles and Thriving, and we are putting out, when I'm filming this, but by the time you see this, we are about to put out our 8th episode, but by the time you see this, it will already be out. So Singles and Thriving, we're on Spotify, Apple, Google, and Amazon Music as well. So if you wanted to go onto Amazon or even ask your Alexa, I've done it, say, Alexa, play Singles and, I have to say it quiet so she doesn't play it. You say, Alexa, play Singles and Thriving, and she'll do it. So that's pretty cool. Every Monday at 9 is that. I also, like I mentioned a million times, Makeup Mondays on my Instagram on Mondays at night. I mean, there's no guarantee what time it's going up. It's just kind of when it happens. I'm going to be starting that TikTok series where I do the pick a palette out of all of my eyeshadow palettes with a popsicle stick, pick it out. I have to use that palette for the day, and then I can do either a random color challenge, or I might go through that girl's TikTok comments, because a lot of people comment ideas on how to use the palettes. And I want to do something creative, because I feel like even on a palette that I've used a million times, if someone says I can only use shades that start with vowels, then it's like, oh wow, okay, like that limits me a lot. What am I gonna do, kind of thing. So I think that could be super interesting. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for creativity in that, and also pushing me outside my comfort zone, maybe doing things that I wouldn't normally do. Anyways, all of that's at CaitlinJolene_makeup. I didn't even tell you my handles. So yeah, Instagram and TikTok are at CaitlinJolene_makeup. I'm gonna take some pictures of this and I'm gonna go to bed because it's 10:54 on a Saturday. And I'm gonna be even more cool. I'm not just filming, I'm gonna go read a book. I'm a nerd. Anyways, bye guys, love you.